Hi, welcome everyone. My name's Sid. I'm the owner, founder of Smileys Rescues. I do all of the social media, everything like that, and I just want to do a welcome video. This is my very first YouTube video, so I'm kind of getting started getting into things. If you do hear noise in the background, I have my daughter today. We are just hanging out and stuff and in our pajamas because the cats don't care what I look like, so why would I care? I did dress normal clothes head up, so yeah, so a little bit about me. I'm going to be referring to my notes too. Again, please be kind to me because this is my first video, so I'm trying to like figure out. I might talk with my hands a lot. I might say a lot. I don't know. We'll see how this goes and stuff. Don't want to edit a whole lot of this out because I feel like that loses my personality and everything like that. So yeah, I grew up in Castleton, North Dakota. Very small town. If you don't know where that is, it's like 20 miles west of Fargo, I guess. Very, very, very small town. And if you hear that, that's also our litter robot going on. I'm planning to do additional videos on all of this kind of stuff and lots of different things. So if you guys have any video suggestions, feel free to like let me know in any sort of like social media platform that we have. We have Instagram, Facebook, starting YouTube now, and we do have a website and there's a contact us form. So if you have something that you want to say or anything in particular, just let us know. Yeah, so I grew up Castleton, North Dakota. I have been bringing and taking home animals like off the side of the road with me since I was a kid. Like my grandma's adopted some, my mom had taken some in and stuff, and my mom had picked up cats too here and there. And I think that just being surrounded in a family that loved animals, especially like my aunt had a lot of cats, and I remember I loved going to her house because she has like that. I mean, she still has a lot of cats now, but I just remember being so cool when I was a little kid and thinking that I want that to be like my whole life. And so yeah, at a very young age I knew. My parents are divorced, and when they got divorced, right around the same time, my cat had passed away and I was 8. So my mom dealing with both issues allowed me to adopt another cat. So that's where the whole name comes in, Smiley. So Smiley was the cat my mom allowed me to adopt at 8. And he was very crabby. Very crabby cat. Did not get along with other cats. He loved my childhood dog. I grew up with 4 cats and a dog, including him. And he was very crabby. He was crabby until the day that I lost him and stuff. And yeah, he just... It's kind of ironic that I named a rescue after him when he wasn't very friendly. So that's kind of a little fun fact there. You guys can grab a coffee too if you want to join me with a coffee in this video. Decaf, of course, because I don't drink caffeine, but yeah. So from there, I grew up with Smiley. I took him with me when I went to college and I moved to Fargo. And I took him with me there and everything, and he lived with me in my apartment. Very, very, like, he didn't like anyone or anything. He only liked me, so I think that my mom was trying to, like, push him to go with me. I used to take him with me to Fargo all the time when I would go visit friends. He was just kind of like your, like, dog cat. You know, he kind of reminded me of a dog. I don't know if that's because he liked my childhood dog a lot better. Very well could have been. He passed away when I was 19 from kidney disease, and I plan on doing a separate video about that and a separate video about, my life with him and pictures and all that kind of stuff in case you guys are really curious. I'm going to see what kind of content you prefer. Yeah, and then I met my current boyfriend when I was 20, and I got pregnant at 21 with my daughter. And now I guess I'm 22, going to be 23, and she's 10 months old. Her name's Lillian. So if you guys see her, she is very much well involved and loves the cats and stuff, so I couldn't have asked for a better situation. She's very, very chill, so I don't think I could do as much with the rescue. And if you notice I'm peeking at her, it's my mom brain. I have to check on her and stuff. I don't think I could do as much with the rescue if she wasn't so chill and wasn't so just a calm baby in general. Yeah, so from there, I'd like to introduce, like, all of our cats and how we got them and stuff, just so you guys can see when you see on our social media platforms. Some of them are our permanents, so pretty much all of our permanents have some sort of a health concern, and that's why we've kept them. We have adopted out, as of what our start date was February of 2021. We have adopted out, fixed or helped in some way to move to a different location, 28 cats/dogs, which I think from starting off and like being brand new I'm really proud of that number. And we hope to help like twice as many in the next year is my goal personally. I think that's why I'm trying to build these social media platforms. And just know that if you can't donate, that likes, shares, follows all help us tremendously. Because even if you don't know someone or you can't personally adopt, you may know someone who's ready to adopt. So starting off with Dwight and Angela, those were my 2 cats that I had gotten before me and my boyfriend were together. I had had Dwight and Angela for about 2 years, which makes them going to be 5 in May of this year, so 2022. I had had Dwight and Angela. I had some friends who, after I had lost Smiley, I said I was never going to have another. I mean, I was so close to never having another cat again, you guys. I said I was like, I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to do it. And then a few weeks later, I was really lonely, and it doesn't replace the feeling of him, but it does help to, like, have someone to, like, come home to and to love, and, any sort of, like, animal companionship is amazing. And I think so good for people's mental health in general. I was supposed to be Dwight and Angela's foster mom. I had them for 20 minutes, and I decided I was going to keep them. Dwight is black and white, and then Angela is my brown and gray white one. She's like a milk cow cat, if that's what I've seen people call them. So that's what I'll call them. They don't really have like a specific scientific name. Yeah, Dwight is a super big lover. He's very, very, very happy, very like food orientated, mama's boy, your typical like male cat. I think that I really needed him at that time because I needed someone who was just obsessed with me, if that helps. And then Angela is very, very sassy, very, almost like, she just has a ton of attitude. She kind of reminds me of like a high school girl, to be honest. She did not like my daughter when we first brought her home. It wasn't like she was mean to her, but she started peeing everywhere and stuff and was giving herself UTIs. And we were able to correct it and fix it and everything, but I will do a separate video on UTIs and all that kind of stuff. So I'll go grab them for you guys to be able to see what they look like. Okay, you guys, I got really smart and I brought the treat bucket up here. So that way, when I had to find each cat, they would just be right here. So this is Dwight. Hi, Dwighty. He's our Mr. Love Bug. He's actually the same coloring Smiley was too. So I think that definitely helped in me failing for him. Here's Angela. Hi, Angela. Again, you can just tell she just looks sassy. Okay, stop getting into the treats, please. So, we have all the cats right here. And then my boyfriend actually, when we met, picked up, I was going to move into his house, he picked up our cat, Erin. She is this fluffy white cat that kind of looks like Angela. Erin is such a weirdo, to be honest. Her personality, she's just very odd. You honestly have to meet her in person to believe me and understand exactly what I'm talking about. She loves dogs. Like, we have 2 dogs too, and she's obsessed with them. She will chase our dogs around the house trying to rub on them and stuff. She very much is obsessed with my boyfriend too. I don't know if that's because he picked her up, but I will go grab her. Here's Erin. So Erin is long-haired, but we do get her shaved twice a year because honestly, if you saw the way she skips around the room when she's shaved, you'd get her shaved too. Like, we call it her little Karen haircut because they cut like all of her fur and stuff. It's very cute. I'll have to post pictures of her next time we do it here in May. Yeah, I mean, she is so excited when her hair is shaved. And then we took in a cat that was out at my mom's house. She was a stray. And basically she was going to be my very first cat I ever took in through the rescue, like officially. And I had taken him before that, but like my official adopted through the rescue. Her name was Kelly. Kelly's a beautiful cat. We ended up adopting her out and stuff. Kelly, I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. Somebody's going to adopt her right away and stuff. And I was waiting for Kelly's appointment to get fixed, and she's pregnant. So I was like, nice. So we ended up waiting then and seeing, because I was at this point I was really nervous because I'd never had like a pregnant cat, or like a pregnant cat that was going to have kittens and stuff. And she was pretty far along by the time that we realized it. So one morning I just woke up and because I didn't even know how long she was pregnant for. Like, we looked at the gestational time span and she would have had to have gotten pregnant within 2 days of me picking her up. Like before I had picked her up. And I'm like, that is crazy. And I thought it was so interesting. So the plan was we were going to adopt out Kelly and her kittens. And my boyfriend's mom's nursing home actually ended up taking in Kelly because they wanted a nursing home community cat. And she was perfectly fine with our dogs up until she had her kittens, and then all of a sudden she hated dogs and like hunt out our dog in the house and everything. So we knew that we couldn't keep her for very long, and I was very fortunate that they were able to take her in. And Kelly had 4 kittens. We adopted out 2 of the kittens. Well, officially we had adopted out 3 right away. And then we knew that something was wrong with Michael. We just didn't know what, but I didn't feel comfortable adopting him out to anyone because I wasn't sure, like, he would like have like wouldn't pee in the litter box or poop in the litter box. And he just was honestly kind of crabby. Like, I've never had a cat like attack my legs like that and just attack me in general. So we knew that he had some sort of behavioral issues. And which is kind of funny because his mom was really similar, like her personality and stuff. So I'll go grab Michael. Honestly, I think I had gotten attached to Michael because he reminds me so much of Smiley. Like, the exact same personality. He's very, very crabby. He doesn't let anybody pick him up but me. He's not mean to my daughter or anything like that. He's not mean to my boyfriend. He very much will steal food right off your plate. He's very, very food orientated. And he's like the first one to claw you and stuff. It's just, I love him though. I love this crabby cat. So we had made the decision to keep Michael because of his behavioral issues, because we didn't know if he would outgrow them as a kitten, because I'm sure many of you have had kittens and stuff, and sometimes they do outgrow that behavior. Michael never did. So I'm happy we ended up keeping him because I don't know many people that would tolerate his behaviors. He's not a very lovey or affectionate cat by any means. He is towards the other cats and stuff, and he's nice to the cats and dogs and to our daughter. Like, my daughter has pulled his tail before when I wasn't looking, and he's never once gotten upset with her. We had adopted out Michael's 3 siblings. So he had 2 sisters and 1 brother. Michael's brother, who we had now named Toby, had gotten returned back to us about a month after we adopted him out. Just life situation. He's a very nice cat. It wasn't anything like that. They had a life change, and they wanted to know if we would take him back because one of our policies, and I'll go through in a different video, like our adoption foster policies and stuff, we always take the cats back. So we had taken Toby back thinking that putting him back into our house, because they were siblings that were separated, we weren't exactly sure how it would go because I'd heard in the past that it hasn't gone well reintroducing siblings. When I'm telling you that Michael was ecstatic to see Toby, like, he ran right up to the kennel, you know, because we were slow introducing and stuff, was so excited. He was like kissing him. All the other cats came and were kissing him. And it was honestly like, brought me to tears because I was just, that sibling bond is so amazing. And I've always said, if you can adopt 2 cats, adopt siblings, because I think that there's just an undeniable bond there. So we had taken in Toby. Toby is very much like kind of all around with his emotions. Sometimes he's super, super friendly, and then sometimes he's just completely like doesn't have any patience for you and stuff. He has probably been, when we've brought other cats in and stuff through the rescue, he very much like hazes the rest of them. I always keep him separated, but he definitely likes to put people in his place, and he definitely has to be top boss and stuff. I'll go grab him. He's recovering too from a hernia surgery. So here's little Toby. So Toby looks the most like his mother. She was a calico, but like in the face and the eyes and stuff, it's crazy to see how like genetics in cats can work, and I'd love to like research and learn more about that too sometime. From there, I had adopted out a few more cats. I had gotten a phone call to take in a litter of kittens from someone around near where we live and stuff, and there was 3 kittens. I taken in all 3. We adopted one out, and they all ended up testing positive. I found this out before I adopted them out, but the people wanted to take them anyway. They all were FELV positive, FIV positive. If you don't know what that means, it means they're positive for feline leukemia and they can't be around other cats. I plan on, again, doing another video about that and stuff too, and more in depth about FELV and navigating through that. I feel like I know a lot of information just from asking questions and belonging to groups about FELV, so I learned from other people's stories. We adopted one of the kittens out, and then we had kept Fish and Hootie, where there are their names and stuff. Fish, if you don't know FELV, they have a very shortened lifespan. So we were kind of navigating through, because some of them can live to be 10 years, some of them have a year, some of them have 6 months. It really just depends, because it's like they're born with cancer, essentially. Fish ended up passing away this last December, right before he would have turned a year old. It was very, very hard on us because he was the world's nicest cat. He was very sweet, snuggled with my daughter all the time. He was orange and white, and I plan on doing a video and sharing more about him in our FELV video. Hootie is his sister. After we had had them for so long, my boyfriend had a separate spot in our house that he had built for our FELV positive cats, and they were together. Once Fish had passed away, we moved Hootie into our bedroom where she's currently now. I'm not going to show her on this video just because of the FELV and how it's transmitted and stuff. We keep her separated from all the other cats. But when I do our FELV video, of course, you guys will meet her, and I post lots about her with our daughter and stuff, and it's not contagious to dogs, so of course our dogs go in and play with her, and we make sure we give her extra love and attention because she's in there by herself and stuff. And I would say she overall manages really well, and she almost likes being by herself. If some cats thrive on that. From there, we had adopted out a bunch more cats, and there's lots more cats involved in here that we had adopted out that I'm not sharing about right now, but plan on in further videos. We adopted out 3 brothers. Like, we had taken in 3 brothers. Again, I like to take in the crazy boys and stuff are my favorite. 2 of them have been adopted out by my really good friends. We named them Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles after Trailer Park Boys. And then both got adopted out. If you see on my social media a picture of an orange and white cat with my daughter all the time, that's Ricky. My daughter decided to keep Ricky, I joke, because, like, I mean, you guys, they're snuggling together all day, every day. I didn't have the heart to rehome him at this point. We had made the decision last week that it needed to be done and just keep him, because he just has a lot of behavioral issues as well, where he's very skittish, and he's very, like, will scratch you if it's too loud. I mean, he's, like, scratched my mother-in-law and, like, all that kind of stuff. He is so beyond gentle with my daughter. It's honestly, like, their bond reminds me a lot of me and Smiley. So me and my boyfriend had made the decision to keep him, and we had decided that that is our last cat we keep. And we're going to really try hard to adopt out any of the others, unless, of course, if an FELV positive cat comes back into our care and everything. So I'll go grab Ricky. This is we call him Rickles. Say hi, Ricky. You can tell he's like, he wants to get away from me because he wants to go play. He was with my daughter in the, in her play, like, pen or whatever you call it. Yeah, he's very, very skittish. So when me and my boyfriend met, I had Dwight and Angela, and he had his current dog, Casanova. And it's our current dog and stuff. I take care of Casanova. I take him to the vet, all that kind of stuff. He's a golden retriever. So I thought that they were going to be home today when I originally planned on making this video. My boyfriend brings them to work with him a lot. Like, okay, Ricky, he's trying to get the treat box open, you guys. So they run my life. So naturally, I'll just stop this video to let them have more treats. Here you go. And Casanova is very, very loving. He is so gentle with the cats. He is so unbelievably, like, I have never felt uncomfortable leaving him alone with the cats. He is a going to be 5-year-old golden retriever. Him, Dwight, and Angela all have the same birthday month. So he'll be 5 in this upcoming May 2022. From there, my boyfriend had kind of always wanted a second dog, and I couldn't disagree because I'd taken all these cats and stuff, so I was like, I'm perfectly fine with it. And he does a lot of their care. He is typically the one that brings them to work every day with them. He's in construction, so it kind of works out great. From there, we live really, really close to my boyfriend's grandpa. My boyfriend's grandpa is 96 or 97. I believe he's 97 now, but don't quote me. He had gotten sick at some point. He had an outdoor dog named Blue. Blue is a blue heeler. Ironically, I don't think he named him Blue because he's a blue heeler. I think it was just the name he gave him. He had been dropped off, I think, on the side of the road from what they've told me, 5-ish years ago. So that makes him 7 now. Blue had lived with my boyfriend's grandpa. My boyfriend's grandpa, again, being older and stuff, had gotten sick, and it seemed like Blue was too much for him to take care of. So he was in the hospital and in recovery, and he's back at home now, but we had taken in Blue because we live so close, and I didn't want Blue to have to, like, switch locations or to be confused, you know, already being 7 and stuff. And Blue is seriously, like, probably, like, he's very high anxiety, but we've been working with him, taking him to the dog park and stuff. He hasn't had a whole lot of social interaction or, like, animal interaction, but he's, like, the most sweet, gentle dog to our daughter, to the cats and stuff. He's very tolerable. If anything, he's, like, scared of everything, so he just runs away. But we love Blue. We wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, so that's kind of our whole crew, and that's kind of what I wanted this first video to be on. If you have more questions and stuff, feel free to comment and stuff, and I'll grab my daughter here too so everybody can see her. I just didn't want to disrupt her playing during this video or anything like that. Yeah, so this is Lillian. I call her my future cat lady in training, right? Lillian goes to all the vet appointments with me. She, I work 3 to 4 days a week, so she's home with me the other days, and she kind of helps me do everything with them. She's a really good helper. She likes to wave bye because she's ready to have her supper. Yeah, so if you guys have more questions or you want to see different content, please just feel free to comment or reach out to me in any sort of the platforms. I have my email and my phone number as well, in case you want to reach out on there on our website. So I will link everything below, and thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.